Today I'm going to be sharing with you how I make my amazing cookies and cream frosting or filling. I use these to either fill cupcakes or even frost my cookies and cream cake. It is so delicious. My girls even just like to dip a spoon in the bowl and snack on it. It's so easy and so delicious. We're going to start off with some chocolate sandwich cookies. I am just using you can use any brand. I'm not using the Oreo brand here. Any brand chocolate sandwich cookies, that's what you're looking for. You're gonna need about 10 to 12 of these cookies, and I'm leaving the filling on the inside of them. I'm gonna place this in a Ziploc bag, seal it out, and get as much air out of it as possible. I'm gonna take a rolling pin and I'm gonna crush these babies up. Because the filling is still inside, it's gonna be a little bit sticky, so really kind of work with them. You want the crumb to be as fine as possible, but if you want nice little chunks running through it, it's going to affect the way how it works as a frosting and a filling, especially if you are piping it. So just being mindful of that. It depends on what you're using it for. Sometimes I like a little extra crumb if I'm, just dolloping it on something. But if I am using a piping bag, I really want the crumb to be nice and fine so it goes through the tip really well. So I'm just going to crush these up. Again, this is so super simple. It's just a handful of ingredients and you probably already have these ingredients on hand. If not, it's super simple and it's just basic ingredients. So I'm really taking the time here, as you can see, to crush these cookies up, because I want it to be fine, especially if I'm piping it as a filling inside of a cupcake. Again, it has to go through the tip. I don't want any chunks blocking the piping bag or the tip. So crush them up, and then we're gonna go ahead and get started on our other ingredients. In a bowl, I'm gonna place in 4 ounces of softened cream cheese. That is just a half a block of cream cheese. You can cut the block in half once it's cold and leave the half out to just sit at room temperature for a couple hours so that it becomes nice and soft and easy to work with. That's just the easiest way that I have found to do it. So we're going to add our cream cheese into a bowl. And I'm going to start to mix this cream cheese on its own just to make sure that it's nice and smooth, because we definitely don't want any lumps. So we want to make sure it's nice and smooth as possible. Now that we've got that nice and creamed up, we're going to add in some powdered sugar. We're going to add in our powdered sugar, and we are going to give this, again, a nice mix. We will be using a 1/4 cup of powdered sugar for this, but if that isn't sweet enough for you, you can definitely add a little bit more powdered sugar. I feel like this is the perfect amount of powdered sugar because you are getting the sweetness from the filling that is already in the cookie. So I don't like to add too much sugar to our base frosting here. So we're going to get that really nice and mixed up. Make sure you can take a spatula and scrape the sides or bottom if you want to, just to make sure everything's getting incorporated. And then I'm going to add in a splash of vanilla extract. Just a splash, because even though I do like to go heavy on my vanilla extract, I do want flavor in this, so I like to add about a teaspoon or so. We don't want it to be too overpowering, and we definitely don't want it to change the color too much, so I just like to add a teaspoon. Even though I do have to say, the cookies change the color of the frosting anyway, so it really doesn't matter. To this, we're going to add in some heavy cream. I'm going to add in my heavy cream here. This is going to be 1 cup of heavy cream, and we're just going to mix this. You definitely also want to make sure and be scraping the sides and the bottom of your bowl to make sure that everything is getting incorporated. The last thing you want is a chunk of cream cheese or a big chunk of powdered sugar. You can also sift your powdered sugar if you want into this to make sure that it is nice and no clumps. However, I don't have that problem with the clumps being in my powdered sugar, and if I did, it would kind of just get dissolved anyways. But you can sift it if you want to. So I'm going to mix this, and we're going to mix this until it starts to peak to about kind of like stiff peaks we're looking for. We want it to be nice and firm, and then we're just going to fold in our cookies. I don't know about you, but that just looks so good right now. I loved whipped cream, and every time I'm making kind of like a whipped cream base, either frosting or filling or something like that, adding the cream cheese to it makes it so much better, so much better. So you see we have nice kind of like stiff peaks there. That's what we're looking for, and now we're just gonna get a crushed up cookies and we're gonna fold this in. So I got my crumbs here pretty fine, as fine as I could get it with my rolling pin. You can even pulse this through a food processor. However, the reason I don't do that is, one, I don't want to get a food processor dirty, and two, having the filling in there is going to make it very sticky. So I'm just going to add in my beautiful crumbs, and I'm going to fold this in, and this just looks so good to me right now. I actually it's making me want to go and make this right now so I can have it, because these on top of my double chocolate chip these on top of my double chocolate chip cupcakes, I will leave those links down, that link down below, because oh my goodness, it is so good. When I make those cookies using black cocoa, which is the cocoa that you would use in like an Oreo, it is divine. So that's exactly what I do with this, is I make this frosting for those cupcakes. I either can fill it or just pipe it on top, and it is so good. Let me tell you, it is so good. So if you don't have black cocoa and you want to make those cupcakes, you definitely can. I will leave that link down below, and I'll even link it up above if I remember to. Just substitute black cocoa if you have it. If you don't have black cocoa, just go ahead and use regular cocoa and still top it with this frosting, or even fill it with the frosting. And my goodness, it is a treat that everyone who loves cookies and cream will absolutely devour. It is so good. There I am giving my girls a spoonful so they can go snack on it, and this is what they do. They actually will eat this with a spoon because it is that good. It's a simple, delicious, quick snack, pipeable cupcakes, frosting, fillings, or even for little like parfaits if you want to do a little cookies and cream parfait thing. It's so good, guys. It's so good. I mean, it's so easy to put together. It takes a handful of ingredients, no time to do, and voila. What else can I say about it? I hope that you try it, and I hope you enjoy. If you do, let us know down below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We're almost to 50K, so that would be great. Doesn't really matter, but if you want to subscribe, that would be great. Leave a like, comment, all of that good stuff. And thank you guys so much for watching. There goes another spoonful, by the way. Yeah, they can really eat this with a spoon. Also, because this is a dairy-based and a cream cheese, which is dairy-based filling or frosting, this does have to be refrigerated. So for best results, I recommend chilling it in the fridge to firm up and be real nice, so you can definitely dollop it like ice cream on top of a cupcake or serve it as is. I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.